Right, so a really brief 6 things that you can add into your routine to help with the spiral line length, balance, and strength. A couple of them are slightly complex. First one, thinking about that kind of cross of muscle and tissues. So we're going to think about circling really with the torso. You can pop your arms overhead, that's going to add weight, which might be fine or might not. And we're going to take 3 little side stretches. Once we've done those 3, if it helps, bring your hand to your belly so you can hollow the belly. So you push through and then come forward into a circle. So rather than kind of letting the belly go and hang, draw it in, pull it in, circle until you come to the other side. Hand up, other hand can be here, or hand, or here, your choice. Here's a little bit nicer, here's a little bit meaner. 3 little side stretches, and then we're going to travel backwards. Wherever your hands want to be, let them be. And this time we're going to find a little circle backwards. That might be bigger than mine, it might be smaller, it really doesn't matter as long as you're working with your range. So you come back to that start. 3 little sideways pulses. Find the belly, draw it in. So as you come forward, you hollow and round. Come to the other side, your choice of arms. 3 little side pulses. And then travel backwards. I'll show you once more. Hollow, ooh, sweep. Side stretches. Feel free to add those little sound effects. Backwards traveling, and then side stretch on the other. Lovely. Do as many as you want. Maybe 8 circles, and maybe 8 circles going the other way, just for variety. And then from here, we're going to come into our little kind of flat back position. So it might be a higher up than mine, it might be lower down. Try and keep the shoulders higher up than the hips. Keep a little soft bend in the knees if that feels kinder. And then extend the arms. Brilliant. From here, we're going to take a little twist. So literally, take the spine and the shoulders in one direction and then center. Other direction. So we're twisting and moving. Twisting, hips are staying in the same place. That movement is coming from the belly. Whoa. Again, maybe 5 on each side, but it's really depending on how you're feeling. Second thing, down dog. Really, really lovely for length going through that whole back of the line. Obviously, the spiral line is a spiral, so there's kind of no back and front spiraling, but bring your hands onto your block or books or a chair, whatever. If you can, land the heels. If not, keep the heels lifted. And from here, just find a little gentle sway through the feet. So you find those muscles going through the outside of the ankle. And if you can, really, really press down. So rather than just feeling the stretch, press down with the feet and squeeze in. So the hamstrings and the calves feel like they're really activated. Again, take as long there as you wish. Keeping hold of your bricks. Hopefully I won't go headless. We're going to come to take some heel drops. So the key here is that we're lengthening that ankle. So toes and ball of the feet stay on the block and the heel drifts off. Depending on your range of motion, that might be all the way off That would be ridiculous. But what I mean by that is it will be further down than mine. And then again, finds a little bit of power. If you can, squeeze everything in. So you're really, really working through this line as we lengthen it. And then a little bit up. Not so up that we start to shorten, but just a little bit up so that we have to work to lift our body weight. If that's all feeling all right, you can have a little play, just as we did with our torso. So finding strength, not just in one dimension. As you start to find that contractile strength, that eccentrically lengthening, but contracting in, find a little circle with the ball of the feet. And it's great if you wobble. So wobbling is success. So think about circling through the foot. You're going to come kind of up and down as you circle. Hopefully you should feel all those kind of long and fairly thin but strong muscles around the ankle start to kick in to support you. And even if you fall, great. Whoa. So really, really nice work for those muscles going there. And then other side. Oh, I don't know why I've kept my block on. So one comes down, and then once you find that stretch, you can come up a little bit, so not all the way. If you're really working on your balance, you can get rid of your other block. So the other leg is just hanging. Oh. Your choice of how much foot goes on the block as well. I should have said that. The more foot that's on the block, the slightly nicer it is. And feel free to use a wall or whatever you've got around you as you do these lifts. And then same again. So those little circles. So essentially we're kind of finding that whole range of movement and strength within it. So we're lifting and circling. And again, I'm looking for those places that I want to kind of skirt past, that I want to get to the next, slightly more stable part. So I'm really challenging my balance and the muscles that might not necessarily have to work super hard to do that. Brilliant. And if you're still here, if I've still got you, last little thing. So again, working in ways that we're not normally used to working. Try and use momentum as little as possible as we come into salmon. So, I'm going to take your hands behind you and lift into a gentle back bend. And then keep the hips where they are. And just move and open in a twist. Brilliant. If your hands don't comfortably reach, you can come rest here. Doesn't matter. And then we're going to start using the feet a little bit as we come all the way onto our side. So you're going to lift the legs. You can use the hand if it's down to come onto your side and then rock on. Other side. So while you get used to this movement, just use your hands to help you turn onto your side. I'm aware that I look ridiculous. Once that movement is a little bit more comfortable, you can take the support of your hands away and come up to salmon. That away. Whoop. Lovely. And that's it. So hopefully you feel a little bit more spirally and a little bit more long and slightly more aware of what's going on some of those portions of the spiral line, which are obviously going to have a bearing on the feet and the ankles. As usual, feel free to put any questions below, and if you've got any special requests, feel free. See you guys.